We're here today at RAF Henlow in the Signals Museum, and I'm talking to two gentlemen who've set the museum up several years ago, Al Fisher.
Hello.
And Dave Thompson. How did this come about, this museum? How did it start?
Well, it began from the when the closure of RAF Locking, and there was a collection of radio artefacts there that really we were looking for a home for, and I think it's fair to say that they found a home here because the station commander who was at Locking was also associated in this area, and there was quite a lot of equipment came from that collection. There was also a lot of stuff nearby at RAF Cardington, wasn't there?
And you both at the time were working as civilians for the RAF?
Yes,
and you still are?
I still am.
And how did you go about getting it all into this building then?
Well, it was just delivered here really one day. We had a lot of time. It was rather like Christmas, and a lot of boxes arrived. We didn't really know what we were getting. We just took out the things that actually arrived.
A lot of big packing cases.
A lot of big packing cases, a lot of bubble wrap, a lot of polystyrene bits.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like Christmas?
And it was.
In a way, yeah.
Okay. What have we got here then?
Right, we've got equipment on this bench from World War One. Most of it is ground equipment for checking equipment, if you like. It's test equipment. But the interesting one is this Sterling spark transmitter. In the later stages of the war, they fitted them in aircraft. Communications was one way from the pilot to the ground, not the other way. We know this because on here, this is a section of somebody's logbook, and there are some entries on here where they were actually doing testing of the radio equipment. Second World War, we started off with fairly basic equipment designed in the 30s, and this particular equipment normally fitted in one case, but this is the transmitter and that's the receiver that were fitted in all the fighter aircraft at the start of the war and up to at least the Battle of Britain.
This is our setup of the Y service station, and this is the authentic receivers that were used in those days to receive the secret coded messages that were transmitted from Germany, and they wrote the messages down on the message pads there, and messages were fed into Bletchley Park for decoding.
Right, this transmitter is again a 1930s Marconi design used by the RAF until nearly the 1970s, late 60s certainly. High power, long range, shortwave, and was the mainstay of the Air Force communications over many years.
This transmitter here is another similar to that other one, but much more modern in that it dates from the late wartime period. This one was built about 1944 and is also a high power transmitter. We've got this one working, as you can see, generating nearly 300 watts of power.
Right, there was an Andrew Marr series on the BBC last year which looked at different wars that happened since World War II, and the first one he looked at really was the Korean War. What they wanted was a message which was actually sent, which sort of informed whoever, that the situation had arisen and war was likely to happen. And we've got the message here, which is on this teleprinter. This isn't the one they filmed. The one they did film is further down the bench there, but that was an older one. This one is a working one, which is easier to show you what the message was.
How is it funded, for instance?
Only by visitor donations. There's no public funding at all for an enterprise of this type. We get support, but not money. So we get money, just donations coming in from people that visit.
So the more visitors, the better from your point of view. And you're happy to open the doors, and they're mostly private tours, aren't they?
Yes. Unfortunately, at the moment, the way we are behind the wire on the military base, we have to have people book in through the guard room. It's not a very onerous task, really, but it's something that has to be done to comply with the security regulations.
We will put the website address on the bottom of the film and hopefully encourage people to come and look at this fascinating collection. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Not having seen, there's one of the Yorkers, never been there.